I bought this little Gorgon chain sharpener, and I've already tried it out, set it all up, and I really like it. It sharpens the chain quite well, and I'm quite happy with it. The only little thing I didn't like about it is this little thing that holds the tooth in place while you're sharpening it. After the tooth gets worn down quite a bit, this thing that holds it actually gets in the way, and I've already nicked it a little bit with the stone. So what I did is I took this off and I put a little extension on here so that I could move it back and forth. So when I'm doing the right side of the chain, I can move it all the way in and it doesn't bother it, and I can sharpen it very easily. Then when I do the other side, I can move it out more and keep it there. So that really works perfect for me. Setting it up is actually quite easy because this angle here is already preset. It's set at 60 degrees, which I guess all the chains are like that. And then there's an adjustment here, a depth, how far you go down. You have to just set it so you don't grind right into the chain. And then there's this angle here. I guess most of the chains, well, most of them that I have are set at 30 degrees this way. And you grind one side, and then when you're finished, you turn it the other way and grind the other side. And then this thing here adjusts for where this thing holds the tooth back and forth, like so you can get it just right when you're grinding. And that's just about it. Once you set this thing up, it's quite easy. Away you go. So to do one side of the chain, I set it here at 30 degrees. Tighten this up and do one side of the chain, which is this one here. Move this out. And I check to see how close it is. I think it's about the right depth, but it could go a little bit closer, so you can adjust this. Just so it barely touches the tooth. There, it's just touching. Once you do that, you tighten this vise up. And you go to the next one. Then you can mark it so you know where you started. I like to mark down here too. So then when I bring it down, I know if it does a good job. Looks good. And you go all the way on one side, then you turn it to the other side. And once you're finished this side, loosen this up, you turn it over to 30 degrees on the other side. And you do the same. You also get a little stone to dress your wheel up. What you do is you turn it on and you kind of go like this. And then you have a gauge here, and this one here, you have to, some stones are wider than others, but you have to kind of gauge it here. And if it's a little bit too loose in there, you just take and grind this a little bit down again, because you're always working on one side here, grinding it down, and it kind of makes it thinner. So you have to dress it up once in a while, which is pretty neat. Yes, this a wonderful little tool. You can check your rakers here to see how they are, and these could use a little bit. You can also do it with this too, but you have to get a different wheel for this, because this wheel won't work for that. You got to get a wider one, something. But you can set it to do all the rakers too. But I just put this back on the saw, and then I just use a little Demerol tool and grind them down a little bit.